Okay, Judy, we're going to start with the second half of the 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth measure on romance. And today I wanted you to work on it where you're just worried about the pinches first. So you're putting your third finger down on D, your first finger on B. You're going to pinch those. And then I want you to work on the pair of eighth notes together. So you've pinched this, then your second finger is going to drop down to the C sharp. That's what you do over and over again until you're only looking at your left hand. You're not having to look at the page, and you can just focus on what's happening. Okay, do that a bunch till it feels good, but always remember, especially with a pinch like this where it's awkward, to do it and then take your hand off and then do it again. That way you're not sitting in this weird posture over and over again. You're getting this strain on your forearm and your wrist. So that was the first pinch you want to work on, the first pair there. The next one is you've now got your third finger on D, and then you're pinching with the open G, and your pinky goes to the D sharp. Okay, so you've got same thing. I want you to get that to where you can just look at your left hand. You don't have to reset every time on this one, but maybe. So just avoid being uncomfortable. And do it again. Once that feels good, put the two together so that you can then, it'll probably take a second, but so that you can then only be looking at your left hand. Like that. You're only looking at your left hand. Okay, once that feels good and you're only looking at your left hand, then move on. But I think for this, you have to do it a couple days to the point where you can get it in a good timing. But yeah, if that makes sense, separate it into two eighth note pairs together, and then put it together. But focusing on looking at your left hand while you're doing it. All right, here we are with new stuff this week. So third finger's going to play a C, and then you're going to play an open E. That's your pinch, and that is actually what's going to come after the part we just did. All right, I played it fast. Don't play it that fast. But you can tell I didn't get to this today, but eventually we're going to have to work on getting from your pinky and getting to this next pinch. And that's a weird stretch. Don't fret it right now. We'll get that later. Just if it sounds choppy at this point, it's because we got to get from this pinky and then get our third finger here in time. We'll work on that. That's just smoothing it out once you've got this down. So we started our first, the 1, 2, 3, 4, sixth measure with an open E and a third finger on the low C. Then we're going to move our first finger. It's going to play. Actually, I want to take the pinches out for this part. You're on the last half of the last measure, second line. First finger plays F. Open it up to E. Put it back down on F. And then our pinky jumps to A. Okay, we'll do that again. You see I just abandoned it? Just get to that note. All right, it's a reach, but just go. And focus on that. Getting that A where it's supposed to be with that pinky. Then, and before we start doing those pinches with that part, I want you to grab the pinch on the next line, the third line, first beat. Open G, first finger C, open E. Okay? We're doing that before we add the other pinches. So now you start the F, E, F, go up to A, and then grab this pinch, G, C, and E. That's also a little fast too. You probably want to slow that down a little bit. And then once that feels good, then let's add the pinches. So you've got that first F you're playing, and the third finger F is playing the pinch. And then you're going to open that E up, and then you're going to drop your first finger down again, second finger on A, and then go up to the A, and then pinch. Okay? And just work on that in pairs so that you can eventually start looking at your left hand on that too. Okay? But not until you're ready. But not until you don't have to look at the page. But when you don't have to look at the page anymore, just stay looking at your left hand and get a nice stretch with that pinky, get that up, and then work on getting from one to the other smoothly. So you're getting out of position and getting back to position with that pinch at the end. Okay? That gets us to the third line. Okay, those eighth notes in a row here are when we're going up in position the whole time. You don't have to ignore that pinch. I'll just play the pinch. So you got an open G and an open E. Okay, and then your first finger on these eighth notes just moves up from 1, 2, 3. So F, F sharp, G. You're like this. Okay. You're in third position now. And the beginning of the 8th measure here, 2nd measure, 3rd line, your first finger stays in 3rd position, jumps to the next string, which is on D. 2nd finger plays this B right here, which is 4th fret. Okay? And then you pinch those notes. Okay? So you end up with this, starting with the first pinch there with G and E. All right, see how I kind of get, it's kind of a staccato note, but I just want to get from this to here. So I'm not going to go, sorry. Right? There's a mixture between getting enough of a good sound coming out of that G and then also getting to that next pinch nicely too. Okay, same thing. That's a smoothing thing. Don't worry too much about it. Just get through the notes at this point, and we'll worry about smoothing it out later. While you're in third position right now, you let go, you hit that open G that comes in the end of that measure, and then it allows us to reset, drop our third finger on F, and play the G, the F, the open G, and the open B together in a pinch. And that gets us to the beginning of the last measure of the 3rd line. Okay? That should do it. I mean, that's pretty much where you're at. I'll put all that together if you want. I'll do it again. Sorry, that's terrible. Okay, not really in time. I'm kind of just messing with the notes. So I wouldn't really lock in on any sort of time with that. I'll do it one more time. 3, sorry. 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I still don't think I did it in any sort of time, but anyway, at least you can hear it all together. We should do one where I actually do it really in that tempo and sounding awesome. But if you can just get these parts, get the parts feeling good, and we'll worry about timing and connecting the parts and smoothing them out next time. All right, have a good one.